What if I told you that the difference between scoring 5 goals a season and scoring 20 isn't talent? It's these 7 deadly mistakes that 90% of players make without even knowing it. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how Lionel Messi scores 30-plus goals every season while other players struggle to hit double digits. Football is a game of inches, and nowhere is this more true than in front of goal. The world's greatest strikers don't just have better technique. They have secrets that coaches don't teach and most players never discover. Today, I'm revealing the exact methods used by players like Haaland, Mbappe, and Lewandowski to consistently find the back of the net. But here's the shocking truth. Most of what you think you know about scoring goals is completely wrong. First, let's destroy the biggest myth in football. Ready for this? The best goal scorers aren't the most skilled players on the pitch. I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out. Studies of professional footballers show that the top scorers have one thing in common. They take 40% more shots than average players. But here's where it gets interesting. They don't have a higher shot accuracy. They just shoot more often. Why? Because while you're looking for the perfect opportunity, they understand something crucial. Goals come from chaos, not perfection. Erling Haaland missed 47 shots in his first Premier League season, but he also scored 36 goals. The players who scored 8 goals that season, they only took 25 shots total. But taking more shots is just the beginning. What separates good strikers from legendary ones is where they position themselves. And this next secret will change how you think about movement forever. Here's something that will blow your mind. The greatest goal scorer in history, Cristiano Ronaldo, scores 60% of his goals from inside the 6-yard box. Not from spectacular long-range efforts, from simple tap-ins. But how does he get there so consistently? It's called ghost movement, and it's the most underrated skill in football. While defenders watch the ball, elite strikers make micro-movements that seem insignificant but are actually genius. Watch any Ronaldo goal compilation, and you'll notice something strange. He starts his run before the pass is even played. He's not reacting to the ball. He's predicting where it will be. Here's the exact technique. When your teammate has the ball in a crossing position, don't wait to see where they're aiming. Start moving to the near post, then adjust based on the ball's flight. This gives you a 2-second advantage over defenders who react to the cross. But positioning is useless if you can't finish when the chance comes. And that brings us to the most controversial technique in modern football. Forget everything you learned about shooting. The traditional pick-your-corner approach is outdated and ineffective. Modern goal scoring is about one thing: power placement. Here's a stat that will shock you. 73% of goals scored in the Premier League last season went in off the goalkeeper. Not past them, off them. Why? Because modern goalkeepers are too good. They've studied every perfect placement shot on video, but they can't handle shots that hit them with power and deflect unpredictably. The technique is simple but revolutionary. Aim for the goalkeeper's body, but hit it hard and low. The ball will deflect off them into the goal more often than you think. Kylian Mbappe uses this technique for 45% of his goals. It looks scrappy, but it works. But here's where most players fail completely. They master the technique, but completely ignore the mental game. And that's where this next secret becomes absolutely crucial. Every striker goes through goal droughts. Even Messi has scored 0 goals in 5 consecutive games. The difference between good and great strikers isn't avoiding droughts. It's how quickly they escape them. Sports psychologists working with professional teams discovered something incredible. Strikers who visualize their next goal in detail score 23% more goals than those who don't. But here's the twist. They don't visualize perfect strikes. They visualize messy goals, deflections, goalkeeper errors, tap-ins from defensive mistakes. Why? Because your brain needs to be prepared for how goals actually happen, not how they look in slow-motion highlights. Try this tonight. Before you sleep, visualize 3 different ways you could score tomorrow. Make them realistic and scrappy. Your subconscious will start spotting these opportunities in real games. Now, everything I've told you so far is useless if you're making this one critical mistake that kills more goals than bad finishing. Here's the truth nobody talks about. Most players move too much. You've been taught to make runs, create space, drag defenders around. But the best goal scorers do the opposite. They move less, but more intelligently. Robert Lewandowski runs 30% less than the average striker, but he scores twice as many goals. How? He uses negative space, the areas defenders forget to cover. While other players run toward the ball, Lewandowski finds the space behind defenders' blind spots. The technique: when play is on the right wing, don't run to the near post like everyone expects. Stand still at the far post. Defenders naturally follow movement, so they'll leave you unmarked. It's counterintuitive, but static positioning at the right moment beats constant movement every time. But none of this matters if you can't handle pressure. And that's where this next technique becomes your secret weapon. Big moments. Penalty boxes packed with defenders. The crowd screaming. This is where ordinary players crumble and legends are born. Here's what elite strikers do differently. They slow down when everyone else speeds up. Watch Benzema's Champions League final goals. Notice how he seems to have more time than anyone else. It's not luck. It's a technique called time expansion. When you receive the ball in the box, take one extra touch than you think you need. This sounds risky, but it does two things. First, it gives you better control. Second, it makes defenders commit to a tackle, creating the space you need to shoot. Harry Kane uses this technique constantly. He looks slow, but he scores because he creates his own time. Speaking of Kane, he uses one specific training method that's added 15 goals per season to his record. And it's so simple, you can start tonight. Here's the training method that transformed Harry Kane from a championship lone player to England's captain and all-time top scorer. It's called chaos finishing, and it's the opposite of traditional shooting practice. Instead of placing cones perfectly and hitting stationary balls, Kane practices finishing in chaotic situations. Bouncing balls, deflections, shots while falling down, finishes while being fouled. Why? Because real goals don't come from perfect setups. They come from chaos. Set up this drill. Have someone throw balls at you from different angles while you're in the penalty box. Your job is to get a shot off within 2 touches, no matter how awkward the situation. Do this for 15 minutes, 3 times a week. Within a month, you'll be finishing chances that used to be impossible. But here's the most important secret of all, and it's something that even professional coaches get completely wrong. The biggest difference between players who score 5 goals and players who score 25 isn't physical. It's not even technical. It's mental. Great goal scorers are selfish. Not in life, but in the penalty box. They shoot when teammates might have better positions. They claim goals that might have gone in anyway. They celebrate tap-ins like they're wonder goals. This isn't arrogance, it's necessity. Confidence in front of goal is fragile. Every celebration builds it. Every hesitation destroys it. Mohamed Salah celebrates every goal like he's won the World Cup. Even rebounds, even deflections, because he understands that confidence isn't logical, it's emotional. And that brings us to the final secret, the one technique that separates good players from goal machines. Here's the technique that Messi, Ronaldo, and Haaland all use, but nobody talks about. It's called body deception, and it's the difference between scoring and hitting the side netting. Before you shoot, your body language should indicate you're going one way, then you go the other. Not with your feet, with your shoulders and hips. Watch Messi's goals in slow motion. His shoulders drop left, the goalkeeper moves left, then he places it right. Every single time. The technique: as you approach the ball, dip your left shoulder slightly. The goalkeeper's brain will register this, and they'll start moving left. Then place your shot to the right side. It's a split-second movement, but it's the difference between scoring and being saved. So there you have it, the complete blueprint for scoring more goals. But here's the truth. Knowing these secrets isn't enough. You have to practice them. Start with the chaos finishing drill tonight. Practice body deception tomorrow. Work on your ghost movement this weekend. Because while your opponents are doing the same old training, you'll be developing the skills that separate goal scorers from goal machines. If this video helped you understand goal scoring differently, hit that like button and let me know in the comments which technique you're going to try first. And if you want more secrets that coaches don't teach, subscribe because next week I'm revealing more secret sauce that no one else tells. Remember, great strikers aren't born, they're made. And now you know exactly how to make yourself into one. See you in the next one, Future Goal Machine.